about Diwali celebrations. This is one of my most favorite time of the year. I love this time, and my fondest memory from growing up in India during Diwali is the entire preparation time, what things get ready and how we get things ready for the 5-day celebration of Diwali. Now the actual celebration, you'll be surprised, starts on Dashera, which is the last day of Navratri. This is the day when people buy new books for the coming year. So that's the day you could buy your checkbooks, buy notebooks, order crisp bills from your bank, because our family tradition is throughout the year when we give out cash, you know what I'm talking about, those envelopes, gifts, right, the cover. We do, the money that we put in those envelopes, we get it blessed during those 5 days of Diwali. So we get crisp bills every year, have them, you know, dollar bills, $5 bills, $10, $50, $100, whatever you need, and you save it for the Dhanteras Puja, which is the first day of Diwali. But before we even get to that, there's preparation we do. First day of Diwali in many parts of Gujarat is Agyaras, the 11th day before full moon or no moon. And Agyaras is when we start getting our front yard ready. Of course, there's Diwali cleaning. You gotta get rid of the cobwebs, make sure your floor is clean for the new year, the new energy that's gonna be coming in to you. So we're gonna begin by showing you, I'm going to show you how I clean my front yard and get it ready for Diwali. Are you ready? Come along. So what are we going to need to prep for Diwali? Our front yard specifically is this little tray that I've created. I know you see washcloths, but trust me, they're rags and they're going to come in handy. So basically what you're going to need is a glass of water, little kumkum powder or kumku, which is this guy. Then some rice, chokha in Gujarati, or chawal in Hindi, and chandan or haldi for, I'll show you what we need it for. And after this, I'm also going to take the Rangoli tray with me, which I'm going to show you. Oh boy, this is a heavy one, but here it goes. So this ginormous tray is all the Rangoli powder that we found at Indian stores. You know, it specifically says Rangoli color, so you could buy different colors. And I'll tell you why these acrylic paints are in here. Once we go outside, you'll have a better idea. But I like to also have a piece of chalk so I could draw an outline for my Rangoli pattern before I fill it in with colors. I'm not a professional Rangoli artist, but I love doing this because it's the front of my house and it welcomes all the goodness in the house, however my drawing may be. So if you've been following me for a while, you know on Instagram I do this series called Why Do We? As Gujarati folks or as Hindu folks, why do we do certain things around our house? And when we ask our parents, the answer is, well, I don't know, because my mom told me to do it, or we've been doing it for a generation. I think we're at that point where we're the generation, we want to know, why do we do what we do? Because now when we have a deeper understanding of why we do something, we want to do it instead of just doing it because everybody else before us did it. One of the things that I talked about in one of my posts is Umbra Pujan, which is cleaning your door frame. And some people do this in different Indian cultures or different Hindu traditions. So in South India it's done differently, but in Gujarati families, some people do this on daily basis where they wash their door frame, the front entrance to their house, to welcome the positive energy, the goddess Lakshmi, everything good that's coming in your house. Especially during the 5 days of Diwali, we at our house do this every single day, in the mornings only, and this is what we used to do it. So let's do this. I mean, you could tell my door frame at the moment is very dirty. So what we do is we pour some water and we wipe it down. And of course this goes all the way across. And for during Diwali, what we'll be doing is every morning we clean this, and then you can use a dry cloth to dry it out. And of course, you know, to do satya or swastika, and again, some of us have this wrong understanding that the way we do satya in Hindu tradition is similar to the way it was done for the Nazis, but that's not true. Ours point in a different direction and ours have completely different meaning. So in order to get your kanku to stick, or kumkum, we added a little bit of water. We always use the third finger, which is the ring finger, to do this. And we do this, Satyas, so that, you know, the energy that is coming into the house every single day, it's the positive energy, the energy of goodness, joy, happiness, things that we want. And some people don't have time, or they don't like getting their hands dirty, so they just buy stickers. As you could tell, one year we brought these stickers for Shubh and Labh, which means anything that we're gaining may be rightfully ours. We don't want to take somebody else's. And then we'll be using the chandan, which is sandalwood, and haldi, which is turmeric, because both of these are auspicious. So you could put them in the middle. I just dropped some, whoops, but you know, it happens. And then we put chokha, or rice, on the top. Some people choose to simply do 5 dots. You know, they just go the little 5 dots, like you saw in the earlier when I did it for the door frame. I mean, for the walkway to the house, to the front house. And then every morning you wipe this down, as it's going to dry out during the day. And once it dries out in the morning, you get to do it fresh again for a specific day. And this particular part starts on either Agyaras, the 11th day, or on 12th day, which is Vagbaras. It's not part of the 5 days of Diwali celebration, but Vagbaras really is celebration of all the domestic animals that are part of our lives, especially Gai Mata, or a cow. And it's a tradition in many parts of India where they'll find a cow and they'll actually thank her for all the milk and the help that you get around your home or for your farms. And that's Vagbaras. So this gets happened every single day. Now Rangoli, I'm not really gonna do it yet because, you know, that takes a long time, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like and how I do it. So Rangoli is a big part of our Diwali celebration, as some of you already know this. Basically, it's these beautiful, intricate designs people do with these powder colors. A lot of people use food coloring and they just mix it with rice so that, you know, it's easier to do Rangoli. I actually like the powder part, and what I'll do is I'll take a pinch of the powder, the way I do it here, and then first I do the outline of the chalk, and then we'll just fill it in as we go. And this one is done, I did it last year, and I like to leave my Rangoli on the entire year. So sometimes I'll use a paintbrush and mix this color with water and do it that way. So that's Rangoli. You could do whatever designs you like. And you know, there are some super fancy designs. And if you don't know how to do Rangoli, you could simply just write Om, and that's also as good. So to make Diwali time or all the rituals easier for me, because you know, we live outside of India, we don't get vacations, so you know, we have to make sure that our daily lives are going, and we want to make sure we do all of our celebrations. Our family, we like the kodiyas. I mean, there's fancy ones that you get, the lamps, but we like to have them, the clay ones that actually our potter in our gam makes it for us, which kind of makes it special. And we use obviously the divet, but I like to use castor oil, and I'll talk about this in a second, that why do we use castor oil. But I like to get my entire plate of diva ready for the entire day. So what I do is I'll light 2 and I'll put them outside of each of the entrances into the house. So the front door, the back door, the side doors, and obviously you could tell I have a lot of doors. So we have all of these, and then we have our kids tasked that they get to go collect them or help me put out the diva, or everybody gets a turn. And then afternoon, I'll get them ready again for the evening. On a busy day, I'll just do the front door. I know it's kind of hard to spend a lot of time on this, but this actually brings me so much joy, because when I'm doing this, I'm thinking back to my times in the gam with my parents and grandparents and how we did these things. So this is something you can do ahead of time and have it ready for yourself every single day of Diwali.